everybody, what is up? Welcome back to SeemsGoodMagic. My name is Sam, and I'm glad that you're here. We got some awesome Amonkhet hanging out today. If I look a little tired, it's because I was up till 7 in the morning Eastern time on the stream. So I just woke up. It's like 4 p.m. Gonna get this video out. Just lollygagging today, that is for sure. Alright, we got a Dread Wanderer, which is like a pretty decent rare. You can return it, etc. I think Chef Monitor is probably better though. I think it's one of the better green cards, and it has cycling, like whatever. I think it's pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to follow it up with another one. If this wasn't here, I would just take the Greater Sandworm. If we had taken the black card, I probably would take Devoted Crop Mate, because I think this card's very good. But 2 Chef Monitors is fine. So not only are they very good as 6/5s, but they can also cycle. Okay, yeah. So on stream so far, I think I've done, I don't know how many drafts I've done. I'm currently like 17-6 or whatever, which by the way is bound to go down. I'm bound to lose some percentage points at some point, but at least for right now. So Aven Initiate or Gust Walker. I think Aven Initiate is slightly better, although I think white-green is probably better than blue-green, but I am going to take an Aven Initiate here. Manglehorn is fine. It's like 1 ticket. It has some constructed potential, especially against Mardu and stuff, but we're just going to take the Initiate. Alright, so we get a Quarry Hauler, a Pouncing Cheetah, a Naga Vitalist. Naga Vitalist is vital to the success of these decks. It really is. I mean, not only are you often strapped for 2-drops in this format, so 2 things that I've noticed in this format. Yes, a lot of the games are long and grindy, but the games that are long and grindy, because people don't have enough 2-drops. If you ever assemble like a white-red, white-black deck with enough 2-drops, you just crush. I think the other day we had so last night on stream, we had a white-black zombies deck with 4 binding mummies. The 2-drop, the 2/2 for 2. When a zombie enters the battlefield, you may tap target creature. And we also had 2 of the lords. And I mean, we just like killed everyone on turn 5. So yeah, you can definitely kill people early. That is for sure. Also, I didn't realize until yesterday, but if you have any of those Glory Bringers, those things are suddenly like $13 or something. Yeah, they went up like crazy. Yeah, this card. This card is very good. You need to be aware of it. Zombies is a thing. The other thing I will say is we have a sweet Minotaurs deck yesterday as well. I think those were 2/2s, the Minotaurs deck and the zombie deck. What I'll say about the Minotaurs... So, what I'll say about the zombies deck is that there is a common and uncommon... There are both common and uncommon zombie payoff cards, right? Binding Mummy is a great zombie payoff card. The +1/+1 to all creatures or +2/+1 to all zombies card is totally reasonable. And then for uncommons in the zombie archetype, by the way, I think I'm going to take this Wasteland Scorpion here. It's just a little too good to pass. It's a bit better than Horror of the Broken Land, just because, you know, we do need a little bit of removal and we have enough big stuff. And we're going to get enough big stuff in green. You have the white-black card, the white-black zombie guy, that whenever a zombie enters the battlefield, you gain 1, drain 1, and you have the Lord. The Minotaurs deck, you really only have the rare Neheb the Worthy. So the Minotaurs deck can come together. We had 2 Nehebs yesterday and it came together, but very rarely is it going to. Well, I think zombies is like a real archetype you can draft in this format. So if we're thinking about blue, we could take a Tot Crop Skirmisher. This isn't the worst card. We could also take a Naga Oracle. That being said, I think Wanderer Death is better than both of these mediocre blue cards, so I'm going to go ahead and take a Wanderer Death. Alright, so we get a Fanbearer. I think this card's like phenomenal actually. We also get a Grimstrider, but I'm not as high as Grimstrider as I am on Fanbearer. I'm just gonna take a Fanbearer. If we don't play it, we don't play it. If we don't play it, we don't play it, but I really like it. So, how has everyone else been doing? You know, let me know how your pre-release has been going, your releases, your draft weekends, everything like that in the comments section down below. If you are itching for a booster box opening video, I got your back. I got one on my channel, got up yesterday. Samuel Rubin, link to the channel will be in the description below. It should be the first video on the channel, so you won't be able to miss it. So that's what I've been doing, opening booster boxes, streaming like 8 hours a day, just having fun over here in my little world. So don't forget to join us, twitch.tv/SamBall49. Now, back onto this draft. So we want to be green with 2 Chef Monitors, a Hooded Brawler, and a Naga Vitalist, right? I think these green cards are very strong. Then we have to figure out what our other color is going to be here. We could be black. We could be blue, we could be white. We're definitely not red. We've just been picking up the best cards of every color, basically, for the majority of this draft. And we're going to see how it works out here. I don't have great hope, but I don't have no hope. That should be stated as well. Alright, so the Dread Wanderer comes back. It's not that we're not going to play it in a black deck. I mean, it's just such a better aggro card than it is anything else. I mean, it's not that we're not going to play it. It also takes 1/1 counters fairly, -1/-1 counters fairly efficiently, so I guess we'll grab it. Nefcrop Entangler is a fantastic 2-drop, but we're just not there. I guess I don't really want to play Pitiless Vizier. I guess I'll take Dissenter's Deliverance. This card actually has some play against some of the better artifacts. There's a 3-mana artifact that you can like tap and detain something. Basically make it not attack or block until your next turn. And that card's pretty good. Now, unfortunately, you can't do some of the shenanigans you can do with like the tap a creature effects, where you can't tap it on their turn and then untap, tap it on your turn, and then have 2 things tapped and swing. Right, because if you do it on their turn, on your turn it becomes undetained. So you can't pull off some of those shenanigans, but the rest of the stuff you can do fairly well. So that's, you know, pretty much what I got there. Oshra Cultivator is an interesting card. I've had a lot of people tell me it's unplayable and I never played it, and I've had a lot of people tell me it's good. I've played it in 2 decks and I found it to be above average. I think it's fine. I don't think I play 2. It blocks very well in this format. It takes -1/-1 counters, and the ramp is significant. So being able to like block, sack, ramp, 5-drop is awesome. Especially in a format where, like, you know, I mean, the 4-mana 3/4 Hyena in red is not the best card. But Hyena the Pack or something. But that doesn't mean it's unplayable, right? And that's a that's basically, oh, I'm gonna take the land, and that's basically a 3/4 for 4. So the cards in the set are lower on the power scale, I think, in general, in terms of just straight statistics. So all right, we're gonna take a Gravedigger here. We don't have enough cycling or anything for Drakehaven, so we're just gonna take a Gravedigger, and we're just gonna be, I mean, I don't know. Weaver of Currents, I don't think is as, yeah, I think we're just taking Gravedigger here. I think we're just going to be black-green big stuff. I do love me a Gravedigger. Alright, so Baleful Amit is fine. Again, you can put the counter on Dread Wanderer, you can put the counter on Oshra, you can put the counter on Naga Vitalist. For all those reasons, I think I'm going to grab it. If we didn't have these things to put a counter on, it would be a more difficult pick, but because we have 3 things that we're very happy to put a counter on, we're just going to take the Baleful Amit here. So, one card that really pulls this deck together are the cartouches, the green cartouche of Strength. It's basically an enchantment hunt a week. I mean, let's be honest. It's a +1/+1. You don't get the counter, but it's +1/+1. As long as the enchantment's on the creature, and it fights target creature. It's only 3 mana. It also triggers trials. It's just like a strictly better hunt a week. So, yeah, I mean, you get blown out the same way. Sure, they could kill the enchantment, and then you would want a -1/-1 counter, or a +1/+1 counter instead of the enchantment, but like, that happens so rarely in this format. You know, we're not main decking a ton of enchantment removal like we were in the last set. So we could take a Miasmic Mummy here. We could also take a Nest of Scarabs, but I don't think either of those are super relevant here. I mean, Nest of Scarabs is relevant for Baleful Amit, but that's about it. I think I'm going to take another Wasteland Scorpion. I think this card is pretty good. I pick it fairly highly. I also think we have 3, 1, or 2 drops, so we could go without. We might have to play like 3 of them, but I don't think we have to like splurge on Miasmic Mummy. That card might even come back. I mean, the card's not super good. Wasteland Scorpion is probably just the best card in the pack, so I'm happy to take it. It does a lot of work against all the green decks. Colossipede, Stinging Shot, Ornery, Kudu, and Initiate's Companion. I'm a huge Colossipede fan. Huge Colossipede fan. That being said, we already have a little bit of top end. We do want one of those 7/7 worms. That would be awesome. Initiate's Companion is fine, but underperforms. I think I could take an Ornery Kudu here. Just the fact that I have 3 things to put the counter on. A 3/4 for 3 is pretty good. I could also take a Stinging Shot. That card's surprisingly good. Actually, I'll just take an Initiate's Companion. It's fine to have one. The problem is sometimes you run into some issues there. Alright, I'm going to take a Doom Dissenter. It's as good as Ornery Kudu, I honestly think. Like, sometimes you get into these spots where Ornery Kudu is just a 2-3, and you'd rather have Doom Dissenter. Also, if you have Doom Dissenter, you can pick up more cards like Ornery Kudu. So, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Alright, we get paid off. See, now that we have all this, Ornery Kudu is just strictly better than Pouncing Cheetah because it's a 3-4 instead of a 3-2, even though it doesn't have Flash. So, I'm going to go ahead and take it now. And I'm very happy with the bottom end of my deck here, I should say, this curve part. Now, what I would like to add is I would like to be able to take the Initiate's Companion out of the deck. Very powerful, 3-power attacker, that is for sure. What I dislike about it, and here's everything that I dislike, I don't like that it dies to the 1 mana 1/1 in black where you put a -1/-1 counter on something. It gets wrecked by that card. It also gets wrecked by the white cartouche, which is also theoretically a problem. I am going to take another Doom Dissenter, because if we are in the -1/-1 counter sub-theme black-green deck, and we seem to be there, cards like Doom Dissenter are going to be great, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for any removal. We have none so far. Oh wow, yeah, this card's good. Yep, Define Great Maw is excellent. Ooh. Ronus' Monument is also excellent. I think I'm going to take Define Great Maw, though. I think having a start of like Doom Dissenter into Great Maw, having 6 power on the board is just insane, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Festering Mummy. Yeah, this is a card that really causes you pain if you have an Initiate's Companion. You can just block something else, kill the Initiate's Companion. It's pretty gross. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the board for now, though. I could take a Manglehorn just because it's worth like a ticket, but I think the Festering Mummy has potential in this deck. I'm going to take a Hooded Brawler. I don't think we take anything out for Hooded Brawler right now, but we don't have, we have a Wandering Death that cycles. We have 2 Chefin Monitors. Maybe I'll take a Pitiless Vizier. No, I'll take a Hooded Brawler. Alright, Blighted Bat, I guess. Colossipede. Alright, that'll go in the deck. Alright, we need some removal. That's just what we need. I will take any green cartouches. I will take any of the black instant spells. I will take any of them, all of them, just for me. So I will take any of that stuff. Let's go. Or I'll also take the green god. Ronus is the best, like, I mean, the white god's probably better in limited, but Ronus is insane. Alright, Bone Picker, Initiate's Companion, and the rare Oracle's Vault. So exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Put a brick counter on Oracle's Vault. Exile top of card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card without paying its mana cost to activate this ability. Only there are 3 or more brick counters on Oracle's Vault. I've been told this card's good. I'm kind of tempted to pick up Bone Picker because I don't have any removal, but I think Oracle's Vault is probably better. It's just so good in the late game. Alright, again, no removal. We're just going to take a Stir of the Sands here. Yeah, I like making zombie tokens. It's probably better than another Scorpion anyways. Like, the fact that you can cycle this and make a zombie for 4... Like, that's just such a good 4-mana card. Draw a card, make a zombie at instant speed. Oh, Lord? Jeez. Final Award, though. So, Lord and Sandworm Convergence and Bitterblade Warrior. I mean, our deck is obviously open here. Bitterblade Warrior is insane, right? It's first 8 mana, you start just creating 5/5s. At that point, you've won the game. But, going to take a Final Reward here. We need removal, and we don't have any. So, you know, unfortunately, can't take anything else there. I do really like True Heart Duelist. I do really like Compulsory Rest, but obviously we're not in white. We don't have any way to splash white, or else I would take the Compulsory Rest. I'm just going to take another Initiate's Companion. If we have to play it, we will, but we're not super excited. I could also take a Giant Spider. This card's actually playable. Yeah, I'll just take a Spider. This way we have a way to deal with flyers at least. Another Dread Wanderer. That's hilarious. A Shed Weakness. Another Doom Dissenter. I'll just take another Dread Wanderer. I mean, maybe we'll just Nagra deck. Maybe we're just Nagra deck. Who knows? A Wandering Death, another Cradle. I think I'm just going to take a Wandering Death over Cradle. A lot of people like Cradle, but I don't like sacrificing my mana efficiency for it. Alright, well, here's where you can take Cradle. I don't think we're playing it, but, I mean, there's nothing else here we're going to play. Even Wind Guide, Winged Shepherd, and River Serpent still in the pack, 2-note. We have an extra Hooded Brawler on the board. I'm going to take a Colossipede here. And a Quarry Hauler. Alright, that card's real good. I mean, this is our 24. We're going to have to cut a card. Take a Supernatural Stamina. We already have a Dissenter's Deliverance. And we'll take a Giant Spider for the board. So, we're going to have to cut a card here. We could cut the Dread Wanderers. They might just not be good enough. We're not really a control deck. I don't know. We're not an aggro deck either. Yeah, maybe we just cut them. What do we cut them for? We could cut them for another Hooded Brawler. Thing is, we don't just have like a ton of aggro 2-drops. It's kind of the problem. We don't have another Initiate's Companion. Although we do like start the curve off huge. What else can we do here? We could take out Oshra. So we have Defiant, Great Maw, and Ornery Kudu, and Baleful Amit, and we have 2 Doom Dissenters, a Naga Vitalist, and 2 Dread Wanderers. So we can take out Oshra. I think this is a good 23 lander. You have a Naga Vitalist to kind of help ramp. You have an Oracle's Vault for some late game, and then you have enough big stuff, I think, to get by. Yeah, I don't know. This one seems shaky. This is not my my best draft deck ever, but I think we read the table fairly well. I think we were certainly in the right deck. We might not have gotten paid off with as much like removal and bombs as we wanted, but I think we're going to be fine. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you for round number 1.